One of the things that Rachel doesn't like about our RV is this handle, because the thing is, you have this handle here and you're supposed to be able to grab it as you're going up the steps so that as you walk up the steps, you can stabilize yourself. The problem is it really doesn't help you until you start actually walking up the steps. So today, we're going to install the Morryde safety rail. Hey, my name is Joe and I'm one half of Two Crazy Campers. And after losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds, we discovered we had so much more energy for activities. Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors and join us on a brand new adventure. And today's adventure is going to be another edition of Upgrading Alley. If you're new to our channel, this is a series where we perform various upgrades to our 2024 Alliance Delta 294RK to make it our own. We absolutely love this RV, but there's always a few tweaks that you may find in your RV where you want to make it just a little bit better. And today, we're going to address this handle. See, the thing is this handle is up here and you're supposed to be able to grab onto it as you're walking up, but unless you're somebody my height or maybe even a little bit taller, it doesn't really help because it's so high up and you have your steps down low. Now, traditionally, if you have a set of steps or stairs, there is a railing that runs all the way down to the bottom step. That gives you something to grab onto as you're walking up your steps and stairs. But that's not the case with this handle. This handle is much higher up and it doesn't extend past your top step. So it really doesn't help you if you're trying to balance yourself as you're walking up the stairs. But Morryde has come up with a solution, the safety rail. This is basically a railing that we're going to install in place of this handle, and it lies flush up against your RV, and then once you get where you're going, you're able to extend it out, and now you have a railing that goes all the way down to the bottom step. Now, in full disclosure, I do want to let you know that Morryde has provided us with this safety rail for the purpose of this video and installation. However, Morryde doesn't have any say in how we produce the video, and they don't get to see it ahead of time. Now, I will leave a link for Morryde for not only this safety rail, but all of their other products for your RV down below in the description. And I do want to let you know that is an affiliate link, and if you use that link, it does benefit the channel a little bit. However, it doesn't cost you any extra money, and we really appreciate it when you use those links down below. Now, when it comes to this installation, a couple things to let you know. You will need a couple of tools. You're going to need a drill with a drill bit, your screwdriver, and you're also going to need some silicone, because in order to do this installation, we're going to have to remove this handle. We're going to have to fill in the holes that the screws that this handle is currently putting into the RV, and then we're going to have to drill some new holes. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to have to do is take off this handle, and there is a little hole down here on the bottom that we're going to put a flathead screwdriver on, and we're going to just pull off these caps. Then we're going to remove these screws that are in here. There's two here and then two on the bottom one. Next thing we're going to do is remove all of this residue here, and then we're going to fill those holes in with some silicone. Unfortunately, my silicone tube that I have with me cracked, so as I squeeze it, it's just coming out the side, so I'm just going to use my finger and push a bunch of silicone in there and then wipe it down. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our safety rail and we're going to put it into position and make some trimming. So we're going to put it flush up against the door like this, and we're going to put it flush up against the bottom. Then what we need to do is take a marker, and if you have a piece of trim going across, we're going to have to mark that trim so that we can cut off that little extra piece of trim. Now we're going to take an oscillating tool and cut where we made that mark. So now that we've got our trim off, we can go ahead and fit in our safety rail and drill our pilot holes. One thing to note, depending on your trim piece, it may be actually easier to unscrew that trim piece and then cut it with a hacksaw rather than risk using an oscillating saw and digging into the fiberglass side of your RV. So either way, you just want to make sure that you get a clean cut so that you can put the safety rail on. So now that we have that off, we're gonna take our safety rail and we're gonna just make sure that we trimmed off enough. Again, we're gonna go flush up against the side of the door and then flush up against the bottom and make sure it sits flush, which it does. So now we can drill our pilot holes. Now it's gonna be a little bit easier if we actually open up this safety rail. So what we're gonna do is pull this pin out. We're gonna extend it down. And now we can get to all of the different holes. So we're gonna take a marker, again, push it flush up against the bottom, flush up against the side, and we're just gonna mark all of our holes. So we have one here, we have one here, we have one here, 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 and then up here. Now, one thing I am noticing is that I am covering up the RVIA sticker when I put this safety rail on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture of this because some RV parks are gonna ask to see a copy of that sticker. And then I'm also gonna reach out to Alliance and ask them if they can send me another one so that I can put it into a different location. Now we can just go ahead and drill our pilot holes for our screws. You don't wanna go too deep and drill all the way through. Just, you're drilling a pilot hole for your fiberglass. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this silicone and I'm gonna put it on each hole. And you wanna be generous with this because you want the screw to grab that silicone as it goes in. And again, normally I would just use a tube, but I don't feel like going to the store when I have this. It either way works. And I'm actually gonna go back over these other holes. It doesn't have to be flush because we're gonna be covering up those holes anyway. Now we can take our safety rail, put it up in place. We're gonna take a screw, take our screwdriver, and tighten it in. So I have to apologize, but the battery went dead on our camera while I was doing the next step, and I didn't realize it at first, so let me tell you exactly what we did. The next step is to put on the top bracket, and Morryde actually gives you two different top brackets. They give you a big long one, and then they also give you a short one. The one that you use is going to be dependent on the holes that you have from the previous handle. What you want to do is take it, first start with the short one, put it right on top of this other bracket, and if it covers the holes from the old handle, that's the one you use. If the holes are much higher up, what you want to do is use the longer one, and you would place it like this. The purpose of this would just be to cover those holes. So since our handle, the holes were underneath here, we were able to use the short one. You simply place it right on top of the other bracket, you drill your pilot holes, you put some caulking in there, and then you screw it in there. So the last thing we need to do is take off this bolt and nut and the nylon washers. And what we're gonna do is we're going to put it up in here. So we're gonna take our bolt, we're gonna go through the one side, then our nylon washer, then through here, and then the nylon washer on the other side. So we're gonna push this in here, and you'll have to work it a little bit, kind of like use your fingers to push it in. So we just kind of jiggle it until we can get through. Now when we want to use it, we simply pull the retaining pin out the bottom, pull it out, stretch it down. We'll put our pin back in there so we don't lose it. And now we have a handle that goes all the way to the bottom. Let's go get Rachel and show her.
Okay, so what'd you do?
You've got a better safety handle now. So I know you didn't like the handle that came over the door because it was only up on the top.
Right.
And you were really concerned about when we bring Peyton that she has something to hold on to.
Yeah.
So we installed the Morryde safety rail. Very simple to operate. There's a little pin down here. We pull that pin out, pull on the bottom.
Wow.
Now you have a handle.
That is really nice. And this way I'm not gonna just like fall, hurt myself. This is gonna be good for mom coming along with us too and being able to hold a railing all the way down.
And then to store it, you literally just do that. Then you take your pin, put it in this little hole on the bottom. That secures it in place. And there's a strong magnet, so it's not going anywhere.
I love it.
Now that is going to be the end of today's video. Now let us know down in the comment section, is this something that would really help you out? Let us know. Were you concerned about that handle, maybe not having something to grab when you go up and down your stairs? Now, again, I will leave a link down below in the description box for the Morryde safety rail, as well as all of the other Morryde products. Once again, that is an affiliate link. We really do appreciate it when you use that link. And we do want to say thank you very much to Morryde for supporting Two Crazy Campers and for supporting this video. Now, while you're down there in the comment section, please do us a favor, hit the like button on this video. That does two things. Number one, it really does help build the channel, but more importantly, it lets us know what kind of videos you guys are looking to see.
Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the bell button, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time,
Happy camping.